Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back to Winterbell 2018 YouTube build. This one, well, this episode we're sort of extending the grid network a little bit, but we're going to be stymied. We're generally just tidying some stuff up. Now over here in the map maker, I couldn't find anything. I wanted to put dirt roads, but I couldn't find a way to do that. I've now since downloaded a mod that allows me to do that, but I had pathways and they were lit, and I didn't want that in my little abandoned village, stuck in the middle of the map there, stuck on the side of the map, or ye oldie castle plus extra towns. So all we're doing here is we are adding some extra roads, we're adding some more residents. But generally in this map, there's a couple of things I'm doing. One of them is just being flabbergasted by the constant demand for industry. And the other is I'm looking to extend the map into the bit just south of the river, because the south of the river is one of the large build areas. But what I've been stymied by somewhat is there is a YouTube content creator who reviews maps called Bomb. Check out his YouTube channel, and it's called a What Map series. But the thing that he does, generally, he has a tendency to hate slopes on bridges, but so a lot of this time I was just adjusting roads to get rid of slopes. But we'll come back to that. There'll be more of that later. Right now, in game terms, I'm thinking, wow, the industry demand is still really high, so I'm going to build some more industry. I've got to move a couple of trees. Let's do them one at a time. Let's do concept select, marquee select, even concept select. Where did that come from? Don't know. But extend the industry, because although I hate all that pollution and everything, my demand bar is saying we need more industry. We don't have more people to come in. We've already not got jobs for the people that are here. Maybe the industry is so high, or maybe that demand is so high because it's snowy and there are no towns within traversing distance or within commuting distance. There's just mountains everywhere, so everybody wants to work locally. Down here we're just continuing. I mean, essentially we're pretty much continuing with the grid all the way around. The industry, we're not necessarily doing the 4x4 blocks because I care less with the industry than I do for the residential as to whether to put specific sizes of buildings. So I'll try it a little bit there. I'm just trying to do that to maximize the number of industries. But oh look, a little bit of a road kink. But no, can't have it all jingly jangly as Bum says. So yeah, just every time I put a road down, and there's going to be a lot more of that when we're doing the actual detailed stuff. I'll be sitting there and I will spend the hour of gameplay just going, no, I've spent an hour just trying to readjust this road. So maybe those future episodes will be more than an hour's worth of gameplay, and we might cut a little bit out of road adjustment. But what we've got there is we've got a bridge now across to the other side. We're adding a new garbage. Garbage we find has immeasurable amounts of garbage piling up. There's a point later on where you'll see that I just turn around and I just go back to the map and I just look, and the garbage has piled up warnings everywhere, literally everywhere across the whole city. You think that's a lot of garbage warnings there now? That's not. There's going to be more. Extending the road network here to 3 lanes for those one-way roads, and then I'm introducing some one-way roads either side of that, because I was obviously aware that there was a little bit of traffic building up at the junction to the highway. And now that might have been because I'd just placed a lot of stuff, and so a lot of traffic was coming in. But I thought regardless, I will start to put in some one-way systems here just to rebalance or make sure that the road is going all right. Now there you see I've extended out through the map. Something's on fire. Let's check. Based on what happened last episode, I'm really making sure there that there were 4 fire engines. I'm happy with 4 fire engines turning up, and more importantly, the fire going out. So what we're doing here is we are connecting up back to, we're sort of skipping past this low bit, and we're going into the big flat bit. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just build another grid. How boring. But importantly, it will mean that if we've got 2 map squares full of grid, then that should mean that there's quite a healthy amount of money coming in. I think I can't really see from the window size there. It's a couple of grand coming in, income basis. I've not realized that my arrow is still, or my speed is on 1. There are points later in the game where I've slowed it down to 1 because I want to, you see, I've not got the extortionate amounts of money coming in at the moment, but I've got I'm comfortable with the amount of money that I've got, that I can spend some. So whilst I'm building road networks, or whilst I'm building sort of random other stuff, there is no sense of urgency to get the things, because there's nothing to wait for a growable to grow. So there's no need at that point to speed the time up. Now that I'm going to be placing some buildings there, I will want to do that, or I've just noticed to do that. Now we're connecting to that ring road. I mentioned the ring road last time. Oh, well, I definitely mentioned it because we drove around it in the very first episode. So we now have a connection. It's a one-way connection onto the ring road. I don't expect to see anything going onto that because there's only a route on. There's not a route back off. Once we've bought some more map tiles and we possibly connect the ring road back to the highway, we will probably see a lot more cars using it. There I've extended the one-way road by the industry, so you will find that. But I've also thought, well, that one bridge that we had going across, that one bridge is going to be a bit of a pain because all of the stuff is going to have to go and move over to this side, so let's go over here instead. And then I'm just connecting up the road and trying to do it in a way that looks relatively realistic. But over what I will then do is I will, as I spend, I tried, oh yeah, I tried to get a toll road, and I was looking for places where that could go, and that didn't happen. Now here we get the oh no, we can't possibly have a bridge that's got any slope to it. So then we turn it proper roller coaster at some point, and then we realise that we're hooked up to the land, so we're gonna pause it. Now you pause it when you've got what you think is a critical piece of roadwork. So I didn't want to upset the traffic that was going to be, or already committed to using this road, although I have deleted half the road now. So this is the point at where you pause it, because you think, right, well, I've just got to, I don't want to upset what's going on, so I'll just make some space and I'll make this road, and once I've connected it back up, then I can unpause it and start using it. So there I can move it back to going on. But I've just looked and there's loads of garbage. I've gone to my garbage centres. Yeah, I've got 2 landfills. They're completely full, on they're emptying. But at this point, let's just make the road a bit straight. Thanks, Bonbon, because I can't have any hills anymore. It's like you've made me allergic to them. There you can see the river that I cannot get to not go in tidal waves. It was so frustrating, and I've tried so many different things, and I looked at different articles, several of which said that I needed to get the smoothest possible riverbed. Let's just get a garbage place in here, landfill. And some of which said that I needed to make the most obstacles in there. Let's upgrade this road and make it a little bit quicker. So I don't know whether to try putting obstacles or flat bits in the riverbed, but I ended up saying, you know what, I want to release a map. I want to put it on Steam. Somebody will tell me some point how to do it. I've tried additional water sources throughout the map. I've tried the map not having anywhere too steep, so everything's nice, gentle, slow slope. But alas, tidal waves. So going back to the grid, you can see that we've got some a couple of one-way roads here. I don't want to put that all the way down because I just want to help control some of the traffic at the industrial and commercial areas. I also don't want to extend the water network too much because I'm paying for the water network. And also, you know, this is going to end up in the grid. This is going to end up being downtown, isn't it? This big flat area is going to be the central city. So I only really go in a sort of strip at this stage, trying to avoid the industry. Luckily, look, my residential demand is high. My industry demand has finally calmed down, possibly because I put a high school in, maybe. Whether that just made everybody want shop jobs or to be unemployed, or I'm not sure. But we've got some stuff. We're adding a couple of facilities here and there, and you sort of think, well, I want them central, but I also don't want to build too much in the centre. Over here, I'm beginning to rebel slightly from the grid network and thinking, well, you know, I can add a couple of bits that aren't necessarily on the exact grid, so let's just do some bits that are a little bit different. Let's not follow that 2 slot. Let's have some extra slots, and let's have some roads here that won't connect up to the grid, at least up to the complete grid fashion. And then let's move on. Oh look, we've got the semblance of a sort of semi-high-rise there, and we're leaving some extra stuff. So putting some more schooling in, elementary school, and that was immediately filling up because I had about 600 people that could have been. Still trying to get that toll road. No Dannage. No, you're making enough money from the people as it is. Make more later when they definitely need to go in and out of your city. So just do the first ladder of the grid. That means that you can do that sort of dragging across the road and get 2 sets of 4x, or effectively 2 sets of 4x4 at a time. Always wait for them to start building. You don't need to wait for the building to have completed, but as soon as the infrastructure, as soon as the scaffolding starts to put itself up, or you can see the sort of the distinct change in colour, or the subtle change in colour, you can start building the next one next to it because it's decided to take the 4x4. So going to finish off with putting a cemetery in and deciding, let's rebel a little bit from the grid and let's put a tiny bit of changing in. I think go to busy town at that point. But that's the only sort of accolade that we've done there. Not a cemetery, this is a crematorium. I do apologise. And then we try a tiny bit of decoration. I realised one of my assets that I've switched off is the little power substation, so I've had to put some power lines in there. I'll probably take those out as soon as I can put a building there on the grid that will then connect the crematorium up. But that's really where we leave it. Please comment and tell us what you would like to see in the town in terms of, I want to start moving into doing some detail area because I think I've got a little bit of money coming in now, so relatively stable, and we can do a little bit of decoration. Now do not mistake me for the $2.20 types or any of the sort of people that do that crazy detailing, because I'm just not that patient or skilled. We'll leave you with a drive-through courtesy of PC Wibble taking us back to the station, and he is bidding you to comment on what you want to see in the town, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks. Well, I think they liked it. Yeah, probably. You liked it, didn't you? Yeah, I liked it. There. Click that like button. Yeah. I think they should. Yeah. That like button. Down there. With the thumbs up. Yeah. Click it. Click it. Click it. Click it. Or the PC will come for you. Click it. Thanks.